Hi, my name's Amanda. I am a coach and a trance channel, and welcome back to my series where I channel my higher self. If you are new here, I have this really unique ability where I can trance channel divine beings of light. I invite them into my physical body to transmit a message and a frequency for all of you. And one of my favorite beings of light to channel is actually my higher self. I have learned so much about who I am and why I am the way that I am from channeling her and speaking to her one-on-one. And the other thing that I've learned from being able to channel my higher self or being in communication with her more often is just how much wisdom is truly available inside of all of us when we tend to seek it outside of us instead. And that brings us to exactly what she wants to bring forward for all of you today. She's planning on discussing why we feel so alone inside of our existence in this human life and the need that we all have to find meaning inside of it, and how we tend to search for meaning rather than think about creating it from within. And the idea that there is no meaning to life other than the meaning that you create for yourself feels a little eerie or a little uninspiring or not as special. And she's going to be talking about why that is and what about that feels uncomfortable. It's a really unique observation of the human condition. I hope you enjoy it.
Hello, once more. I am so happy to be able to connect with you on such a regular basis. I have so much I desire to share with all of you. And today I plan on bringing forward a topic that might feel challenging to hold. But if you are here and if you are willing to sit and take it all in, it is going to serve you deeply as you walk this path of life and determine for yourself what you wish to make of it and how you wish to hold your experience inside of it. Because oftentimes, the belief system is that you come here for an individual purpose with an individual set of expectations laid out before you. And it is up to you to figure out what that is exactly so that you can uphold whatever dignity you can muster as you walk that path and fully embody whatever it is that you have been destined to step into. This is a lot of pressure to place on oneself, to believe that there are expectations of what you must do inside of your existence here and how you must be inside of whatever that is that you have deigned to be, what has been laid out before you and what you may have chosen before coming here. And what I would like to offer for you today is that there is no particular expectation of you in terms of what is expected of you to accomplish inside of this life. And that the idea that there are no set expectations can feel challenging and slightly unnerving. Because if there is no plan in place for you, then what do you do with all of your time here? How do you determine that it is well spent? How do you set your own parameters for what you will decide was worthwhile for you, what feels full of purpose and satisfaction? And the notion that all of those things fall on your shoulders can almost feel more deprivating because if you fail to succeed at whatever plan you have laid forward for yourself, then comes with that the idea that you are not worthy or capable of what you desire of yourself to be. And the meaning that you attach to your own perceived failures and limitations creates a very large degree of shame and self-loathing. And along with that, the notion that you are not meant for much, if anything, at all. The idea put forward by many on this planet that there is a particular purpose for you comes from a misunderstanding of all the information they have gathered here. The soul desires to experience certain things in a certain way, and it chooses to do this based on the experiences it has had previously and what it desires to express from what it has learned. And so there is a mild outline in terms of what you might meet along your path inside of a lifetime that will allow you the options, opportunities, and experiences to express yourself in those circumstances. However, this does not come down to any one particular thing, experience, problem, opportunity, outcome, challenge, line of work per se. In fact, it encompasses all of those things and also none of them. For you get to determine the path that you take inside of a lifetime. And the path that you take will be dictated according to what feels resonant for you or what you fear resonates for you. And all of that is welcome. And at the end of your lifetime, your soul will decide how it feels about the choices that you made, what it learned from them, how fabulously you accomplished things or failed to, and all of the in between. And based on that information, it will decide what it wants to do next. But it doesn't hold any one circumstance or opportunity in greater magnitude than another. It does not feel more drawn to move in one direction or another. It simply desires to witness what might unfold if you are given a certain degree of opportunities and circumstances laid before you, and what you will decide to choose to do with them and how it will feel inside of those choices. And the notion that all of this is up to you feels uncomfortable when you do not know what to do with that information, when you do not feel drawn or pulled in any one direction, because you feel purposeless. And it feels as though your existence is just floating by you and you are waiting for something, a sign, clarity, a direction, because you don't know where to turn to unless a direction is given to you. And this sense of feeling lost along the way or longing for something is coming from the part of you that wants. There is a part of you that wants, but you have not taken the time to explore what that may be. And this wanting that's coming from inside of you, what it actually desires from you is simply to be acknowledged. What I'm saying by a part of you wants something, I'm not implying that it wants a particular line of work or a place to live or a sort of relationship or an accomplishment or goal or opportunity. What this part wants is acknowledgement of its existence. Because what you want is acknowledgement of your existence. You want to feel acknowledged inside of who you are. You want to feel understood. You want to feel seen by those around you. You want to feel loved and appreciated. And it doesn't really matter what direction your life takes. If you do not feel those things inside of yourself, you will always feel a longing for something. You will always feel a sense of listlessness or meaningless or purposelessness to your existence. And when you seek out a particular path, it's because you are under the impression that it will fulfill those feelings for you. And I'm not saying that any of those things are wrong and that you should not seek out a particular accomplishment. I encourage you to follow what calls to you, but at the same time, understanding why it does. Because when you understand why a particular direction calls to you will be able to give yourself what you need from it, and you will no longer rely on the outcome to do that for you. And this level of unattachment will give you the freedom to make choices from a different place energetically. It will open you up to play, to a lighter sense of self, to the ability to anchor into a frequency that is something that you are desiring on a soul level, because inside of a frequency that is more open to love and appreciation for who you are, regardless of what you do with your life and who you become as a byproduct of it, you will be able to anchor into a sense of self that is capable of delivering an outcome that you wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And so I am asking you to look at who you are and the life that you lead in the other way. How can you give yourself the love and appreciation that you desire to feel before you are successful at accomplishing the thing you are believing will give it to you? The meaning that most of you search for inside of a lifetime is how to find a deeper appreciation for who you are. And you have been taught that appreciation comes from a job well done, and that if the job is not well done, then you have not earned the ability to appreciate who you are yet. And unfortunately, this belief system has led you to this place where you do not feel accomplished and you do not feel worthy inside of you. And you are constantly searching for meaning that might allow you to anchor into it. And part of the reason why you come here is to go through this evolution in order to discover this for yourself. And in discovering it, you have the opportunity to be inside of that energy in a new way. And once again, it does not matter what you do with this information, but the simply fact that you can feel it and you can recognize it is an experience anew. And that is what you are seeking at the end of the day, is to experience who you are in all of these different capacities. Because in experiencing who you are in a multitude of different ways, you get to experience all of you. You get to embrace and embody every aspect of you. And in being able to do that, you anchor into all of that which you are. And in anchoring into all of that which you are, you become all of what you are. You embrace all of what you are. And energetically, you are different. And from a different place energetically, your experience of yourself changes. And when your experience of yourself changes, what's available for you inside of that experience changes as well. What I would like for you to take away from this conversation today, if we can call it that, is to set aside time to really explore what meaning feels for you. What would it look like to feel meaningful inside of your lifetime? What is it that you're actually searching for when you tell yourself that you want to find sense of meaning inside of your life? And begin to develop a relationship with that part of you, really understanding what it's wanting you to know, what it's wanting you to feel, and acknowledge it's there. And allow that to unfold as it's meant to, because it's going to be a process for you. And part of the spiritual community is often one of an energetic need to get there. I must accomplish my purpose and my sense of self so that I can fully expand into the version of me that I deem to be higher vibrational. And in doing that, I will have access to more information. And in doing that, I will be able to ascend to the level that I desire to be worthy of more information and more gifts and more and more and more. And ultimately, what is that message really saying to you? It comes back to the same desire to feel loved and appreciated inside of who you are. And it's doing so through a means of accomplishment. And until you've been successful at accomplishing more, grinding into more, you can't feel complete yet. But perhaps the completeness that you're searching for already exists inside of you as you are in this moment. And ultimately, that is the meaning that you are seeking. It has been there this whole time, available for you to embrace it, and also the discomfort that comes along with the need to let go of anything more than that. Because the need for what's more is simply coming from the part of you that doesn't feel that it is enough yet. And it may be some time before you come to terms with this. And that is perfect. That is perfectly all right. I'm simply offering you something new to reflect on, to see where it leads. Take it or leave it. The choice is yours, because the choice is always yours. As always, I'm here for you to lead you and guide you. And for those who enjoy these talks, I want you to know that I feel you and I see you and I love you. And I'm always here for you. But I would love for you to begin to anchor into you and your energy and what your soul is calling for you to see and feel and know within you. Because ultimately, that's what you're hoping to find through these messages. It's a sense of meaning and a sense of purpose, a sense of direction and clarity. But that can only come from sitting with the part of you that's desiring for you to feel it from within you. Thank you so much for allowing me to hold this space for you. I love you deeply, and I always will be here for you.